Hey, what's up? My name is Jenny Ray, and I am living one step at a time, and welcome back to whatever the fuck this is. I don't know either, so keep on watching to find out. Oh, nailed it. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share this video in that order if possible. I would really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Today I am going to be talking about the Muscular Dystrophy Association. From this point forward, I will call it or reference it MDA. Because of the diagnosis at the time of myasthenia gravis is one of approximately 39 diseases within the Muscular Dystrophy Association family or veil. So those 39 diseases, if you will, allow patients living with them to access this organization, which provides assistance to them to help maintain and manage their medical condition, as well as typically it is the leading research hospitals and doctors associated with research and advancement in treatment for those disorders. Myasthenia gravis was the diagnosis that I was labeled with at the age of 3.5 that gave me access to this community of people. This is the best thing that's ever happened to me in my entire life, and I would not trade any monetary value on this planet for the memories that I made through MDA, and that is why I am grateful that my journey led me the way that it led me, so that way I have the opportunity to know these people or know anybody involved in the organization. In, I would assume, 1995 or 1996, again an assumption, but typically it was the camp director that would reach out to a family, particularly a new family, and see if they were interested in becoming involved with the organization. When MDA originally reached out, I don't think my mother felt comfortable allowing other people to care for me. She was very protective over my medical condition and very protective over how often I was able to go to other people's houses or stay away, just because at the time my situation was so delicate. And so she declined the opportunity for me to attend camp. At the time, you could start attending at the age of 6. So in 1999, we were contacted again to see if I wanted to participate. At that point in time, my mother asked me if I wanted to go to camp, and probably in a really nonchalantly snotty way, I responded something of, yeah. And then when she asked about it again in early 2000, I would assume probably March or April, I again probably snottily answered yes. Once I gave that final yes, I would like to go, the process of MDA summer camp unfolded, and in that process includes you as a camper meeting your camp counselor. So the camp counselor that I met had a younger brother that also attended MDA camp, and he was the first person that I ever met living with another disability similar to mine. He was the first person I met living in a wheelchair. He was the first person I met that couldn't reach their arm higher than a certain point. But also at the same time, he was the first person to show me how you can sit down and draw an entire room of people to you based off of your personality, your humor, and this light that he emulated within his soul that made every single person that he knew fall in love with him. From the day that you met him until the day that he was no longer with us and beyond, he will always make an impact on me as a human being, and I am better for knowing him. So he was my first introduction to MDA as kids, and we had the best time ever. I had a blonde twin, and we thought we ruled camp. We actually did. And then we adopted a third musketeer, and the three of us would run around camp like we were, or back lack of better word, hot shit, and no one could tell us anything about us. I didn't have that in my everyday life because we were connected through our experiences of what it was like to be a child living with a severe medical condition that required surgeries and consistent treatment and medication, and sometimes what I will call accessories such as trachs or gastrostomy tubes, things that normal children don't really comprehend, deal with, or fathom was our everyday reality. I have notes, otherwise I will never be able to make these videos short, so I just want to give everybody a heads up forever and going forward that I have notes. Part of what I struggle with as I find health and as I begin to share my story is this really deep-seated sense of guilt. I don't ever want somebody in the Muscular Dystrophy Association that knows me personally to watch this and feel like I'm flaunting health in front of their faces. Because a lot of times what comes along with the Muscular Dystrophy Association is degenerative, which means it gets worse over time. And so here I am the same age as some of my peers, and as they've continued to progress, the things that we talked about when I was younger still occurs to them, and I have been blessed with the opportunity of finding health and getting better and not having to continue with that. And it is the driving force behind why I want to make a difference in the medical community, because I want every person living with a disability to be able to access whatever health they deem necessary and whatever treatment they deem necessary. I am to a place and an understanding and acceptance as a person that lives with a disability that I am not in a place to tell anyone how to manage theirs or what to do with theirs. But also at the same time, I feel like if we were given more realistic options as to what's available for how to heal our body, there might be people living with severe conditions that would make other choices. I think that our medical community is not great at the trifecta, which is patient, parent, doctor, especially when it comes to minors. But then as you grow into an adult, the patient-doctor conversation and relationship that occurs, it is my body and you ask me what's wrong with it, so of course I have an opinion on it. My goal behind making these videos, which is totally outside of my comfort zone, is to ensure that one day we can have a healthy healthcare system and we can have a healthy, open communication within the medical community and us as patients, and we can protect minors and children from misdiagnosis and from people that have the best intentions to make their child healthy, but also may not know the best path to do that. My name is Jenny Ray. I'm living one step at a time. I hope you will too. And we'll see you next time.